Hi guys, it's me, Salagi. Hope you're having a good morning today. I just wanted to update you guys on a couple of fires. This one here is in Northern California. It's called the Green Fire, and it is huge. It's 11,642.3 acres. It's 5% containment. It's very active. There's a evacuation order level 3 go and a level 2 set a warning. I'm not going to read all of this, but here's kind of like, where the areas of smoke are going to be. And when I show you the camera, it's pretty bad. This is Shasta Trinity National Forest over by Lake Shasta. Now, I don't know what started this fire, but it's been going on for a while. Let me see if I could see what day it actually started. Go way back down here. Wait, what was that? Oh, that's just them talking. There's the smoke. And I go all the way down. Maybe I can see when it started. It seems like it's been going on for a very long time, which isn't good, and it makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder. Now, this is just something I think about from time to time with these fires, but being that it's right there at Lake Shasta, knowing that Shasta Mountain is a potential volcano, there's seismic activity there, there's geothermal activity there. And like I said, I don't know what started this fire, and I don't know if they know what started it, but because it's right there by Shasta, it makes me wonder if maybe there could be some geothermal activity that's ignited these. It's basically in the middle of nowhere, just in the middle of the forest, and there's a nighttime picture. Now, you see how long this is? I finally reached the end of it, and I believe, this one started on July 2nd. So that's a long-winded fire. And let's look at the camera and see what it looks like. I was wondering what all these... Look at this. I guarantee you these are frack mines. What did I tell you? This is a geothermal area, and the only reason why they make these little stupid holes in the forest in so many locations, these are frack mines. So there's, a little bit of support to my theory right there that it could be, volcanically related. Well, here's some proof that we are actually, here in California, we are actually extracting gas through frack mining, because that's what these are. There's no other indication of what else it could be. These aren't little random cattle ranches, These are frack mine operations. They scar the earth just like this. And I never noticed it until... But look! Oh my gosh, you see that, don't you? These are not homes. These pieces of land are not being cleared away for farms. These little pieces of land are being randomly cleared away for frack mining. And it maybe doesn't look like it from so far up, but that's the only explanation for that. So it's not fair. I get it. And then I was wondering also what these checkerboard, I feel like that's well, they do that a lot with Indian land, this checkerboard. So one check will be Indian land, and then every other check is government land. Anyhow, let's go look at this fire and see what we got. I'm gonna set it for an hour ahead, or before. Ooh, yeah, that's terrible air to breathe. So if you live in this area, please, you probably already know, I'm sure, that the air is horrible. So if you could stay inside, that would be great. You don't want to be breathing this stuff. I mean, I don't think there's any chemicals, but it's all forest burn. That's a lot of smoke, and the wind is moving. So, wind, fire, trees, it's not a good combination. However, I feel like this area is just, there's like no homes, and that doesn't make it any better. It's just mostly wilderness, and it is like the river is kind of like, acts like a natural fire break. So that's a good thing, and I really hope it doesn't jump over, because look at how lush this forest is right here. Just very flammable if it's dry, but there's just a ton of it. And it's such a beautiful area. It's really a shame to see areas like this burning. So, but all over the place, look at this, you guys. These are not homes. And I really had no idea that there was so many. They only do this when they're looking for frack mines. This is not a normal project right here. These are not homes. This is not a neighborhood. This is a frack mining operation. It's almost like in California, instead of growing food, we're just doing this. And solar farms and things like that. It's all over. And then here's that checkerboarding again. Makes me wonder if some of this are indigenous frack mining operations. You know, you never know. I wouldn't put it past anybody to capitalize. Like, that's just a human nature thing. It really has nothing to do with your race. Everybody seems to have reason to capitalize on this and on that at the expense of others. So now, I'm not saying that checkerboarding is Indian land, but it's probably Indian land, is what I'm saying. Chances are in California. So there's a little bit of the smoke. Another problem is, if these are frack mines, which I guarantee you they are, and they are all over the place, like there's more of these than there are homes. It's just disturbing. But chances are this is all very flammable, obviously. If these are frack mines, they are flammable. Now, I'm not supposed to talk about these things per YouTube. So if this video gets flagged, I guess we'll know. But there's been YouTubers that, like, I'm not real knowledgeable about this stuff, but there are other YouTubers that really dig into it, and they've gotten in trouble. They've gotten strikes on their channel just for talking about these operations, you know, and it's not like it's such a secret, it's just they don't want you to talk about it. So let's go on over to this one, the Butler Fire. Pretty big one too. It's 7,203 acres, 0% containment. I would say it's kind of in the same sort of area with dense trees, and some of these, so I have heard, are cultural burns that possibly got out of hand. Now, I'm not saying that to be a jerk. I'm always trying to tell you guys reality, no matter what it is. So I believe that's the only way to really figure things out. We can't just always blame one thing or the other. It has, you know, everybody has a part in these things. We all have had a part in making the world the way it is right now. So nobody is innocent, in my opinion. The human race in general has created these conditions and these situations. I'm not talking about global warming. I'm talking about toxic situations, like if what's burning is, you know, frack mines or something, which I don't see any in this area, but definitely the other fire looked as if there was, I would say, hundreds, if not thousands, of frack mines just polka dotted over in that entire area of Lake Shasta. And then if they are disturbing the gases in the ground near a volcano, well, I just feel like that's poking at the beast. So, and the reason I say that is because look at what happened on the Big Island of Hawaii. A few years ago, there was on, I think it was Mount Kilauea, and that's already an active volcano, but they were doing frack mining, and that volcano, like, erupted in a major way. It went all the way to the coastline where the Helena Slump is. And if you know anything about the Helena Slump, that's an area that is basically, it's a piece of lava. It's not even, you know, it's like fresh land. And after each lava flow, it keeps piling up and piling up on top. And they believe that it's about ready to break off into the ocean and send a big-ass tsunami over to California. So, I mean, when you live in California, you should know about stuff like that. Well, it didn't happen, but it could have. So, I'm glad it didn't. But that was a result of them fracking. Excuse me. So anyways, I am having a hard time. I think I am sick right now. But also all these fires, it's just really hard right now with everything. I think we looked at this one. Yes, we did. Okay. So there's not a lot in Southern California where I'm at. It seems like things are pretty mellow. However, we do still have, and I'm amazed that this one is even still going. It's 95% contained though, so that's good. There, you really can't see anything in the cameras, so I won't even bother. But I wanted to go check out this other Madre fire. It's now up to 80,000, which is crazy. Excuse me. It's 86% contained, which is perfect. And I don't know if this one is visible anymore because it started to be really hard to see anything. But if it's going out, then that's good. We're not going to see anything anyways. Alright, that's it for that one. We're getting through this fire season. Just hang tight. You know, if your area has a fire that won't go out, just hang tight. Have faith. Don't worry. This one's 60% containment. That's good. Very, very good. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. It was kind of hard to see from the beginning. Oh, that one's offline. It was kind of hard to see from the start anyways, because it was in a strange little area. You can still see it, but it's not that bad. So that's good. 73 acres, and it is right there on the road. So that's kind of scary. Like, I keep wondering, it's either the fires that are happening seem to be either on a road, which makes me wonder if it's a car, or it's on a mountain, like on an area that might be geothermal active. So this one's called the Max Fire. It's 300 acres, 5% contained. They do have a evacuation order, level 3 go. Let's see if we can see it. There's just a little bit of smoke down there. Nothing real crazy. It's not that big, so I mean, compared to these other ones. Let's go ahead and zoom in here and see what's going on. It looks like there might be some frack mine operations going on over here too. And they really do scar the earth. And I know we need gas. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't have gas, you know, like methane or whatever, the natural gas. Yes, we do need it. But I don't know. We probably should try to figure something else out when it comes to where we are extracting things. I don't pretend to be super knowledgeable on this stuff. I'll be the first to tell you that I probably need to go learn something. But I do know, particularly California, we have geothermal activity going on in our mountain ranges. Every single one of them. Even the desert ones that you think are just asleep. There's stuff going on through the whole state. But because of that, like, you could extract it probably anywhere. But they choose to go in the most pristine areas where our water is crystal clear, and you know, I don't agree with that. I think they need to try to be more creative on where where to take it from. Don't take it from a place where you gotta chop down a bunch of trees and scar the earth. So I don't agree with that. And especially what happened in Hawaii. We know that it was the frack mines that started the volcano on such a big eruption that took some homes. And it was scary. Everybody thought it was the end of the world back then. But I wonder if we could see Hawaii. Let's see if we can. Why is there a fire in the middle of the ocean? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see it. There it is. There's Hawaii. And what I was talking about was over here. I forget where the Helena slump actually is. I think it's right here. So this is the volcano. So it's always basically active, but you can see all this lava flow. And the most recent lava flow, I think, was down here. And this is the one that was basically going to break off into the ocean and send a big tsunami over to California. It actually might be this. I think it's right here. Huh. Why is it? Is it still dark over there? That's unbelievable. It's 8 o'clock in California. I guess it is still dark over there. Well, yeah, it's barely morning over there. How funny. I always forget about that. I just assume everybody's on the same. Maybe we'll look at it later on or something, but anyways, that's the big island. And it looks like there's a fire over in Oahu, over by what, Pearl City or something. Yeah, it's just a vegetation fire. Anyways, I was trying to show you guys the frack mining going on in Hawaii, but I feel like they might have kind of like stopped doing it so much because of since the Mount Kilauea was doing that. And holy crap, look at these fires. I'll have to take a look at these later. I'm gonna go ahead and go for now because my throat is so dry, and the more I talk, the more it makes me want to cough. So sorry about that, guys. I'm getting better, but I feel like I just really caught something while I was helping my daughter move. But she's all moved now, and we just gotta clean her old house, and then she'll be done with that. And I'm just glad that everything went well, and we were able to get all of her belongings and stuff. And it's a cheaper place for her, and yeah, like we all have to kind of cut corners sometimes, cut our costs and try to survive as much as possible. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and if anything updates here in California as far as these fires, I'm going to be back to tell you about them, and I think I'm going to maybe talk about these other ones in the other states later on, because they look like they're just real crazy and out of hand. And anyways, have a wonderful morning, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.